Once upon a time, there lived a woman called Mama Ada. Mama Ada was a well-known Mamaput in Pipeline, a small town in Kajola. She had been selling her delicious dishes of rice, beans, plantain, stew, and meat for over 20 years and had earned the respect and loyalties of her customers. She was always cheerful and friendly, greeting everyone with a smile and a kind word. She knew the names and preferences of her regulars and always had a generous portion ready for them. Mama Ada's shop was a simple wooden shack by the roadside with a few plastic chairs and tables under a tattered umbrella. She cooked her food on a charcoal stove using fresh ingredients from the local market. She was proud of her recipes, which she had learned from her mother and grandmother. She said they were the secret to her success and longevity. Mama Ada had a son called Chidi, who lived in the city. He was a banker and had a good job and a nice car. He visited his mother once a month and always brought her gifts and money. He wanted her to retire and move to the city with him, but she refused. She said she loved her food business and that it was her life and joy. She said she would never abandon her customers, who were like family to her. The next morning, Mama Ada saw a group of men in suits and helmets outside her shop. They were carrying clipboards, cameras, and measuring tapes. They were inspecting her shop and the surrounding area, taking notes and pictures. Mama Ada recognized them as the government officials and the construction workers who were in charge of the road project. She walked out of her shop and approached them. She held the letter in her hand and waved it in front of them. "Excuse me, what are you doing here?" she asked. The men looked at her with annoyance and contempt. One of them, who seemed to be the leader, stepped forward and snatched the letter from her. "We are here to survey the land and prepare for the demolition. This letter is your notice to vacate these premises within a week. You have no choice but to comply. This is for the greater good of the town and the country. You should be grateful that we are offering you some compensation. Some people get nothing at all," he said. Mama Ada felt a surge of anger and defiance. She grabbed the letter back from him and tore it into pieces. "I don't care about your notice or your compensation. This is my shop and this is my home. I have worked hard to build this business and I have served this community for many years. You have no right to take it away from me. I will not leave and I will not let you destroy my Mamaput. You will have to drag me out of here," she said. The men laughed and shook their heads. They did not take her seriously. They thought she was a foolish and stubborn old woman who did not know what she was for. Ah, listen, lady, you are wasting your time and hers. You are fighting a losing battle. This road project is approved and funded by the highest authorities. It is going to happen whether you like it or not. You can either cooperate and move on or resist and suffer the consequences. We are giving you a fair warning. Don't make us use force," the leader said. Mama Ada did not back down. She stood her ground and looked at them with a determination and courage. I don't care about your warnings or your threats. I have faith in God, and He will not forsake me. He will make a way for me. He will protect me and my food business. You can do whatever you want, but you will not break me. You will not break my spirit, she said. Chidi arrived in Pipeline the next day. He had taken a leave from his work and had driven all the way from Lagos. He was worried and anxious about his mother. He had not heard from her since she called him and told him the news. He hoped that she was okay and that he could convince her to live with him. He parked his car outside his mother's house and ran inside. He saw his mother lying on a mat on the floor, surrounded by her customers and friends. They were crying and praying for her. She looked pale and weak and had a fever. She had fallen ill after the government officials and the construction workers had come to her shop and tried to force her out. They had pushed her and hit her and had broken her stove and her pot. They had also threatened to burn down her shop if she did not leave by the next week. Chidi felt a surge of anger and grief. He knelt down beside his mother and held her hand. He kissed her forehead and whispered in her ear, "Mama, I'm here. I'm sorry I'm late. Please, don't worry. Everything will be okay. I will take care of you. I will take you to the hospital. I will take you to Lagos with me. You will be safe and happy there. You will have a better life there. Please, Mama, please," he said. Mama Ada opened her eyes and looked at him with love and sadness. She smiled weakly and squeezed his hand. "Chidi, my son, I am glad you are here. I am sorry I caused you trouble. I know you want the best for me, but I can't go with you. I can't leave my food business. It is my life and joy. It is my legacy and gift to you. I want you to have it. I want you to continue it. I want you to keep it alive," she said. Chidi shook his head and tears rolled down his cheeks. He did not understand his mother's attachment to her Mamaput. He did not share her passion for cooking and serving food. He had left Pipeline as soon as he could. He had pursued a different career and lifestyle in the city. He had never appreciated or respected his mother's business. He had always thought it was a lowly and unprofitable business. He had always wanted his mother to quit and join him in Lagos, where he thought she would have more opportunities and comfort. "Mama, please don't say that. Your food business is not your life. Your life is more than that. Your life is with me. Your life is in Lagos. You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to work so hard and suffer so much. You don't have to fight this battle. You don't have to die for this Mamaput. Please, Mama, please," he said. Mama Ada shook her head and coughed. She felt a sharp pain in her chest and knew that her time was near. She looked at her son with a calm and peaceful expression. She had no regret or fears. She had lived a good and meaningful life. She had done what she loved and loved what she did. She had served God and her people. She had raised a good and successful son. She was proud of him and loved him more than anything. She wanted him to be happy and to understand her. Chidi, my son, listen to me. I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. But I want you to know something. I want you to know that my food business is not just a business. It is not just a shop. It is not just a shack. It is a home. It is a family. It is a community. It is a culture. It is a tradition. It is a legacy. It is a gift. It's a gift from God. It's a gift to you. Mama Ada closed her eyes and breathed her last. Chidi felt her hand go limp and sobbed. He realized too late how much his mother meant to him and how much he had misunderstood her. He wished he had listened to her more and learned from her more. He wished he had told her how much he loved her and how proud he was of her. He buried his mother in pipeline next to his father. He decided to stay in the town for a while and take care of his mother's Mamaput. He wanted to honor her wish and keep her legacy alive. He learned how to cook her dishes and serve her customers. He felt closer to her and to his roots. He also felt a new sense of joy and purpose. He realized that his mother's mama put was not just a business, it was a home, it was a family, it was a community, it was a culture, it was a tradition, it was a legacy, it was a gift. It was a gift from God, it was a gift to him. And he was grateful for it. And ever since then, that is the way it has been.